Hey everyone, welcome back. You ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dig in.
Perfect. Well, today we're tackling a short story.
Oh, which one?
It's called The Verger.
By W. Somerset Maugham. A classic.
Right. And get this, it's actually part of the syllabus for the Bachelor Arts program at Punjab University in Pakistan.
Wow, that's interesting. I guess it's a story with some serious depth then, huh?
Absolutely. And it's full of those little twists and turns that make it perfect for, exam questions.
I can see that. Mom always did like to keep his readers guessing.
Exactly. But we're not just here to dissect it for an exam.
Right. There's always more to uncover.
So, okay, quick recap.
Yeah.
The story's about a verger.
A verger! That's like the caretaker of the church, yeah.
Exactly. He's been working at this church for years, over 3 decades.
Dedicated guy.
But then he gets let go.
Let go. Why?
Because, well, he can't read or write.
Oh, wow. That's rough. Especially after 30 years.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be a total tragedy.
Like, where do you even go from there?
But that's the twist. That's the manga magic.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What happens?
Well, this setback, it actually becomes his launching pad.
Launching pad for what?
You wouldn't believe it. He ends up super successful, like crazy successful.
Seriously. But how? If he can't read or write...
That's the genius of Mom. It's all about challenging those traditional notions of success.
I see. It's like that irony, right? What's seen as his weakness ends up being his strength.
Bingo. And remember the vicar? The one who fires him.
The one who represents that whole traditional success, education, status thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
He totally underestimates the verger. He actually misses out on a huge opportunity.
Oh, how so?
Well, remember the tobacco shop location?
The one the verger ends up buying?
Yep. The vicar, he's like, nah, that'll never work.
Yeah.
But the verger.
Using his street smarts, his practical knowledge, turns it into a gold mine.
Exactly. So, I mean, it really begs the question, what is success, right?
Is it following that predetermined path? Or forging your own, using your own unique abilities?
Exactly. Mom throws it right back at us, makes us think. What about you? What stood out to you about Mom's take on success?
Well, it's interesting because he doesn't actually define success, like, outright.
Right, he doesn't need to spell it out.
The verger's journey, it kind of speaks for itself.
Show, don't tell. Classic Maugham.
And it makes us, the readers, question our own ideas about success,
Absolutely. What are we valuing? What are we prioritizing?
The verger's story, it's like a testament to street smarts, to resourcefulness.
That understanding of human nature, right? Sometimes that's more valuable than any fancy degree.
It really makes you think. And his reaction to getting fired is key.
It's like he's unfazed. Doesn't panic, doesn't wallow.
He just assesses the situation,
Takes stock of his skills, sees an opening, and goes for it.
I love that quiet confidence Mom gives him.
It's subtle, but powerful. Like, Mom's not telling us he's resourceful, he's showing us.
Right. And speaking of showing, those turning points in the story,
They're crucial.
they're like those signposts, pointing us towards the deeper meaning.
For example, when the verger gets fired, what's his reaction?
It's not despair, it's more like, well, this is a bit inconvenient.
Yeah. He even says, it's a bit hard having to leave a place you've been at for over 30 years.
But there's no bitterness, no resentment.
Almost like he's already got a plan brewing.
Foreshadowing at its finest.
Absolutely. Maugham's a master of characterization, wouldn't you say?
Oh, for sure. He uses it so effectively to drive home the story's message.
Like how? Give us an example.
Okay, well, look at the contrast between the verger and the vicar, right?
One's all about practical intelligence, the other's clinging to traditional values.
Exactly. The vicar represents that rigid social order where literacy is everything.
While the verger embodies a different kind of intelligence, a more adaptable one.
And let's not forget Maugham's signature move, irony.
Oh, the irony is delicious.
Yeah.
Fired for being illiterate.
And that becomes the very key to his success.
I love it. Any other literary techniques we should be looking out for?
Well, there's the symbolism of the verger's pipe, for one.
Oh, yeah. His trusty pipe. What about it?
It represents those simple pleasures, that grounding amidst all the change.
I see, like a connection to his roots.
Despite all the success, he remains grounded, true to himself.
Wow, that's a great observation. Such a small detail, but so meaningful.
Mom was a master of that.
Okay, now let's zoom out a bit. Think about the context of the story, right?
Early 20th century, yeah.
How were literacy and social mobility viewed back then?
Well, society was way more rigid. Your status was pretty much determined by your education.
So someone like the Verger achieving this level of success?
It would have been seen as even more remarkable, maybe even a bit rebellious.
It really adds another dimension to the story, doesn't it?
It does.
So for everyone listening, think about this. How does the Verger's journey resonate with you?
Have you ever met someone who defied expectations, found success in an unconventional way?
Maybe you've even experienced the power of practical intelligence firsthand, right?
It's a powerful reminder that success isn't one size fits all.
There are many paths to fulfillment, and sometimes the most unexpected route leads to the greatest rewards.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, so if you're prepping for those exams, remember to focus on those key themes.
Those turning points, and Maugham's brilliant use of literary techniques.
They'll unlock the deeper meaning and help you ace those questions. Guaranteed.
And here's a parting thought. Is the Verger ultimately celebrating individual initiative?
Or is it a critique of the limitations imposed by societal structures?
Something to ponder as you delve deeper into this fascinating story.
Absolutely. And remember, we're always here for those deep dives, helping you unpack those complex topics. Happy studying, everyone.